Salah spurned sitter after sitter for Liverpool, apparently. Mo Salah spurned sitter after sitter for Liverpool, even though he scored once from 3 shots. Salah days last week. The Sun reacted to Liverpool beating Crystal Palace and going top of the Premier League table by telling us that the Reds were now dirty buggers and were second in the fouls table. Cop that. Klopp boys fight at top of fouls table, so top of the actual Premier League table and second in the fouls table, but it's the latter that was the headline. Of course it was. This Monday Liverpool are still unbeaten in the Premier League since early March and are still top of the table, and this is the headline in your Super Saraway Sun. It's the top flaw. A caption on an image of Mo Salah reads, Salah brings up his 100th Prem goal for the Reds but was guilty of missing a string of chances. Pesky fact, Salah had 3 shots and scored once at Brentford. A string is an undetermined number, but it sure as hell is not 2. The Sun's Jordan Davies leans into the narrative, telling us strange things are beginning to happen in the top 4. Intriguing. After detailing Bruno Fernandes's penalty miss and Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku being kept quiet by Manchester City, themselves surely in the top 4 flaw, but that is not suiting the theme here, so let's hurry on past that small detail. Davies gets to Liverpool, and Mohamed Salah was guilty of spurning sitter after sitter for Liverpool on Saturday to allow Brentford to fight their way back to a thrilling draw in West London. Spurning sitter after sitter, you say? He literally had 3 shots. One was a goal, one was cleared off the line quite brilliantly by Brentford defender Christopher Ajer, and the other was a miss. He spurned one sitter at the absolute most. Does this really count as a strange thing happening in the top 4? There is no need to call the Ghostbusters just yet, but something out of the ordinary looks to be possessing the big guns. The big guns that actually occupy the top 4? Those big guns? We might have more sympathy for Davies and this bizarre narrative if the Sun themselves had not illustrated this piece with a graphic detailing the number of points dropped by the Big Four after 6 games. Points dropped by the Big Four after 6 games in 2019-20, 25 points dropped by the Big Four after 6 games in 2020-21, 32 points dropped by the Big Four after 6 games in 2021-22, 19. The only spooky thing here is the Sun's frightening commitment to denigrate anything and everything Liverpool. The crux of the matter, Mo Salah makes it into Garth Crooks' Team of the Week on the BBC and he says, "I'm almost irritated by my own selection." By Salah's standards, this was a poor performance from the Egyptian superstar. Which is weird, because a combination of the media, fans and statistics made Salah the best Liverpool player on the pitch. It's almost like you see a poor performance from a player spurning sitter after sitter if you have already made up your mind to see a poor performance from a player spurning sitter after sitter. Hint hint. At the other end of the Liverpool propaganda scale you have the Liverpool Echo teasing us with Mo Salah transfer news on their live blog. Liverpool news and transfers live. Federico Chiesa move, Erling Haaland stance, Mohamed Salah hint. And what is this Salah hint? Well, it turns out that Salah's agent Rami Abbas responded to a tweet about the Egyptian's 100th Premier League goal for Liverpool, which labeled him a bona fide Anfield legend with one word. He has basically signed that contract. Reach for the stars, how the Mirror report that one-word tweet. Mohamed Salah's agent sends pointed message as Liverpool contract talks continue. Pointed message? It was 3 sodding letters. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Peter Crouch is taking on a straw man in the Daily Mail as he asks why Liverpool fans do not love Mo Salah. Which Liverpool fans has he been consulting exactly, because this is bordering on the utterly bizarre. Compare him to Fernando Torres and Luis Suarez for a moment. They are almost held in higher esteem and are deemed more special by supporters. But he has a record that eclipses them easily. You think Liverpool fans prefer Torres, who famously left for Chelsea, to Salah, who has helped them win the Premier League and Champions League? It is reaching the stage where you look at what he is doing and have to come to the conclusion that he is a modern-day great. Salah walks into the right-hand side of Liverpool's best ever eye. He has that position sewn up. Get him in there alongside Gerrard, Souness, Rush, Dalglish, whoever you pick, he has to be included. When you think of the players who have worn that red shirt, Salah gets in the ultimate team. Suarez and Torres do not. As it happens, Liverpool fans voted for an ultimate Liverpool's eye on the BBC website last July. The percentages for Torres, Suarez, and Salah? 11%, 32% and 31%. Since then, Salah has scored another 37 goals, so MediaWatch is quite confident in thinking that the Egyptian will have overtaken Suarez to make that eye. What we absolutely do know is that Torres is not held in higher esteem than Salah among Liverpool fans. Crouch then writes that it might upset a few people but Salah should become Liverpool's highest paid player. Point us to the people it might upset, Crouchy. We will wait. Sorry, what? The opening like of Mike Wacky Walters' Mirror report from Manchester City's win at Chelsea is like an art installation. Instead of a last tango in Paris on Tuesday night, Bernardo Silva has rediscovered his mojo as Manchester City's pocket Hercules. Before you ask, F knows.